Banger episode. What is up, you guys? You guys are seeing this after Thanksgiving. Today I'm filming this on Tuesday, November 22nd. After all the turkey you guys are gonna stuff in your mouth and all the ham and mashed potatoes, mac and cheese. And if you guys didn't watch my last video, it was a fucking banger. A lot of you guys aren't subscribed. You guys are watching. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button so you can be a part of the family. I promise that you accept it here. DG loves you. DG appreciates you. And he's here for you. So if you guys are ever feeling down, hit my DM at DelaRealG. I was supposed to go walk, but I was like, you know what? Let me film a YouTube video for them because I'm not gonna have time this week coming up because I work. I chose another job because I needed that extra income and because it's gonna help me in investing in my platforms. I just want to fucking give you guys a story time on the worst job I had. I'm just gonna vent to you guys. A lot of you guys work. You guys is like 9 to 5s. I do too. But you guys work fast food, wherever you guys work, retail. A lot of toxic and energy. I know that for some that have been through that environment, they get affected like mentally in their health. I was working at McDonald's, 17 years old. That was my first job. I literally went the extra mile. I never called out. Like, I never took any sick time. I never took any vacation time because I always thought like I had to be at the job. Sometimes I would take like 6 days a week working. I would take somebody else's shift because I thought, well, they're gonna give me less hours or they're gonna cut my hours. Obviously, as a teenager, you don't think like, okay, like I do have to value myself before a job. And that's what a lot of people got to know, all the young kids out there working, is that you got to put yourself before a job. It was really cool when I was part-time, but once I graduated high school, my boss gave me full-time. When I was there as a beginner, people would be like, oh, watch out for this lady, La Bonchuda. We're going to call her that. She thinks she's a shit and she thinks like she runs the place and she tries to instigate things and she likes to harass people basically because her son is a manager, but she thinks that she's in a place of authority. And this lady, like when somebody's new, she just tries to think like, she's the CEO of McDonald's. So she'll be walking, she'll be like, you can't do that. Like basically saying that, right? But me as a new hire, I don't think about it too much because it's my first job. You need to learn how to work. There's ways to teach and there's ways to guide somebody and also train somebody. This lady was a dishwasher. Not to mention that she was only that's the only position she had. Trying to micromanage everything that any little thing she would go bitch in the front. Any place of authority somebody had and they were doing good. Let's just say that there's somebody that's sending all of their orders, good time, is managing everything. And then let's say that she had to clock in at 4. She would be like, oh, you can't do that. Oh, she's not even clocked in yet and she's already barking orders. Like, and I was like, lady, who are you? Like, you're telling me you've been here 6-7 years, almost a decade, and you haven't even stepped onto another rank that's not a dishwasher? I'm not minimizing anybody, but for somebody that has a high ego, you can't be barking orders and thinking like, somebody's gonna listen to you. We were cool at first, but it got to a point like after where she would be a bitch to me and then she would be nice to me. I remember that she would just have this bitchiness energy towards me. And then her son always had her back. Her son was a manager. Not to mention that he would always try to shit talk when she was not there. El culero, every time his mother wasn't there, because obviously the mom and the son, they lived together. So they would obviously talk shit, and then the son would come on the shift on Saturday night and would just send me home for no reason. He would be on my ass for the most dumbest shit. He would try to make excuses on how I was doing an awful job. It was just stupid the way that he let his mom manipulate and overstep and get to a personal boundary. Since you want to get personal because of your mom, now what you're doing is being a son. You're not being a manager. And that's the problem. You can't outstep that boundary. I was fed up. I would always give shit to this lady. In that week, I put my 2-week notice that week, right? My friend was leaving that job. And everybody just wanted to leave because of La Monchuda, and then also this kitchen manager. His name is Pedro. He's a fucking idiot. Her son sends me to go take out the trash. Mind you, it was like 25 boxes. It was 4 to 5 bags of trash. And it was just me doing it. I'm not a fucking octopus where I can fucking carry 5-6 things at a time. And he was trying to make the dumbest excuses that I was on my phone, I was wandering off. Mind you, I did put my earbuds on because who wouldn't? I'll put my earbuds on all the time. Managers knew about that. But he had something personal against me because of his mom. That was the only string that he had to hold me with. I come back in the store and he tells me, oh, you're going home. My jobs were to bring up the bread from downstairs and whatnot, right? And I see somebody else doing it. So I'm confused and I'm like, why am I going home? I just took like a 30-minute break. And he got mad also because I didn't punch out and then get my meal. That got him mad because he wasn't in a place of authority to where he can hold me down and say, no, you're gonna listen to me. I'm the boss around here. Mind you, like a 30-minute it's when you're on your 4th hour, I think. If you do not work more than 5 hours, you can't take a 30-minute break. I got back from my 30 and he's already calling the boss saying that we're gonna send him home. He's not listening to me. The boss didn't know what was going on. But since he was making all these lies, the boss was like, oh, if he's not listening to you, send him home. Our kitchen leader, I go and tell her, he's sending me home. And she was confused. Why is he sending you home? Didn't he just send you on a 30-minute break? The guy that went to go get the bread from downstairs, in everybody's eyes, he was not a good employee. He did not know how to work. It's very fucked up to just leave somebody's work onto the other person because you have something personal with an individual that doesn't have the fault, that you're mad because your mother's over here whining. I went back and I told him, hey, why did you just give me a 30-minute break and I'm going home? And then he's like, oh, because you don't listen. You think you can do whatever you want. You're on your phone. And so I was like, oh, really? But something inside of you is bothering you and you're taking it out on me. And you are just picking on me, just like your mom, and I'm fucking done. But he was like, don't talk about my mom, whatever, she's not here. I got my stuff and he's like, you need to leave. And I told him, and you could suck my dick, bitch.
Oh! Somebody! Oh! He needs some milk!
And then he came up to me, I think he was recording with his phone. He's like, oh, what you say? Go cloak out. And I said, I don't give a fuck if you're recording.
Fuck you and suck my dick, bitch.
When I come in on my next shift, my boss was like, oh, come and talk to me. What's up? I literally like started venting to her. I was like, I'm leaving because of El Culero's mom. There's so much that somebody can take. Mental stress. It gets to a point where somebody gets irritated and they go off. And she was like, oh, you should have told me. That's why a lot of people leave, because of her and Pedro. And I don't blame people for leaving. Nobody wants to be at a job where they treat you like shit, where they constantly dog you. I was on my last week. She already knew what was up. I had heat for her. And you guys would be like, pero ¿cómo tú te pones a pelear con una vieja? It's not only me that had problems with this lady. So many men and women have had problems with this lady. It was on a shift that Wednesday. We were on the line. The line is basically where, you know, you're taking out the product, the bread, and you're wrapping it, whatever, sending it, whatever, boxing it. I had another guy with me on the line. She was gonna be on the grill, and I told that guy, stay here with me. Then she comes, sends the guy to the grill. I was like, no, like, you were supposed to be over there. whatever. Right now, when I'm getting the product, like when I'm talking about like the fish product, I have like, I pulled the cabinet to get the fish, whatever. Right now, she wasn't even like, she was like right here. I pull it, get the spatula, and then she starts hogging me right here. She starts putting her body right here. And then when I'm pushing it back, all she says, he pushed me. And then she goes in the front, she starts crying. She called me un maricón. Oh, did you push her? Like, obviously the manager. It was an investigation. There was cameras, so good thing. The cameras got me, because if there was no cameras, this lady would have had me on a grip, on a ponytail. The person that bags on the other side in the front, they're like, bro, you didn't even push her. Like, don't even worry, bro. And what that ship manager ended up doing was like, she ended up sending us home. They're like, we have to send you guys home, and they had to get the general manager to come and close. Manager said that they would check the cameras tomorrow and whatnot. And I was cool, because I was like, I'm gonna come with that conscious that I didn't do anything because I didn't push her. So she comes and talks to me, the manager, and just like, oh, you're still gonna stay? You gotta understand, you should have done this differently. I feel like on my last week, come on, man, we should have boundaries here, and we could just support that. This general manager, Amparo, if you're out there watching this, she was fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie, she was strict. She had a good way of being a leader. I left on Saturday. He closed. We didn't have any problems, but on Sunday I said bye. We had a good team. My last day was good. A lot of people understood me, and especially my boy G, my boy Frank. He understood me, and he was actually laughing at the fact that I fucking smoked out Nelly and El Culero. If you guys like this video, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Fucking join the fam. You know, I fucking love you guys. I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving with your families, and you guys can expect more fucking bangers from this channel. So thank you so much, and